Hello everyone, Nordic Beast here, and welcome to Space Engineers. So, I decided to work on something. Recently saw Aaron from Last Stand Gamers had his little fighter league going on. So, I've been working on fighters. I figured I'd go through them since I've just been piecing these things together left and right. First off, the rules are you have to use the fighter cockpit. It has to be exposed. You can't encase it. You can only use 3 mods: the armored ramps, the scatter cannons, and Sage's industrial thrusters. And then they have to be conveyed. So everything has to be survival friendly, and you can only have a maximum of 3 weapons. And that's it, 3 weapons. So all my ships have 3 weapons. This fighter here was the first one I came up with. I wanted to go kind of with, I guess pods was the big thing. I wanted to put all the engines out on pods. But this thing is heavy. It's very heavy. It's probably the worst performance out of all the fighters. It's just 28,000 kilograms. And I mean, it doesn't handle bad, but it's only got 2 gyros, so it doesn't move too well. You could probably fix that with another gyro. But from that, I decided I wanted to go a little bit lighter. So I started from scratch with the same general idea. This ship handles, it accelerates better. As you see, it's 9,000 kilograms lighter. But because of the lack of thrusters in other directions, it wasn't as good. So then I decided to start taking some of my old fighters and retrofitting them. I can't recall if I've shown this one off in any of my videos, but this... what the hell did I name this damn thing? I never remember. But anyway, I actually made this a long time ago, and it's been upgraded and changed, all different types of designs, no joke. Originally, the only mod it used was the industrial thruster. Oh, and then it had armored thrusters, which actually it's partially a gripe of mine with the Fighter League. I wish they would allow us to add the armored thrusters. Let's see here. Starhawk. I named it the Starhawk. Go ahead and shut the light off on it. So this thing, out of all my smaller fighters, probably has the best overall performance. It's because it's got the 4 thrusters up and down. That really helps a lot with its maneuvering. But only 4 forward thrusters with 2 forward-firing industrial engines, and then the only 2 small thrusters per side. It can get kind of slippery and has difficulty slowing down. But overall, it's not too bad. It's nimble, it's small, has great acceleration. It's just, yeah. Now next is this thing, the Starspire. I don't know why I named it that. I like it. It kind of takes everything that's in that to the next level. I made everything in it smaller. So it's extremely light. I think it's 15,000 kilograms. Yeah, almost 16. So it's almost 3,000 kilograms lighter than that. Damn it, I already forgot the damn name. Star something. But the Starspire, its biggest problem, other than difficulty in directional control, is where I mounted the scatter cannons. As you see, they're mounted directly to the connector, and they have a tendency to hit right here while maneuvering while shooting. If you're not maneuvering, it's not really a problem if you're flying straight or just maneuvering lightly. And this thing, I gotta show how both amazing and ridiculously this thing flies. So as you see, very fast on the acceleration, but it, and you see those thrusters shooting for their life trying to adjust direction. So this thing is actually very, very nimble. Oh, I think I already hit myself. Kind of hard to tell. But I do like it. I've never made anything that looks like this. Oh yeah, you can see the ding right there. Just one little dent for all maneuvering and it freaking hit right there. Jeez. And that's also why a lot of this is a different color from me repairing this so many times. Alright, we'll head back on over. But this one, I don't know why, it kind of reminds me of Star Fox. So I find that interesting, I guess. So next, in my line of, well, let's look at some of my old fighters. Of course, I took the Valkyrie. Now, the Valkyrie I just don't think looks as good with the vanilla thrusters. Well, they're ugly models. And again, I wouldn't even have a gripe if I could use the armored thrusters. That's one of those things that irritates me. That's all I'd need. I'd be happy. Even with the vanilla fighter cockpit, it doesn't look too bad. It just kind of raised up the back a little bit, and I actually kind of like the vanilla cockpit on it. And that's pretty much the only difference, is just the thrusters and the cannons. I ended up mounting two of the scatter cannons down here, which the original Valkyrie had issues of it hitting the underbelly, which in the original version I just put heavy armor here so it could take the couple of hits that I had, you know, hit right underneath the cockpit, and it would be fine. Just weld it up a little bit afterwards. It wouldn't get too dinged or damaged. But you're not allowed to use heavy armor either. So I have to be careful with that. And then I mounted one rocket launcher in the front. One of the things I thought about, and I may still do, is I may just mount a single scatter cannon in the center and then put two rocket pods on instead. Might be more effective, I'm not sure, because the scatter cannons are actually extremely powerful at close range. If you hit one part, even for a second or two, at most, on a ship with two scatter cannons, even one scatter cannon, it'll destroy it, even a cockpit. So this was my Morningstar design. I just redesigned into this variant that you see here, and I'm actually really, really happy with it. It accelerates very fast. It's 4,000 or 5,000 kilograms lighter than the original model, and I think that's because of the thrusters. And because it's lighter, and it has like the same thruster package as the Star Spider there, but with one less rear thruster. It doesn't accelerate as fast because this thing's got a lot of thrust. This only has the single Sage thruster, but it's wonderful. This thing actually handles really, really well. And same thing, two of the scatter cannons and one rocket launcher. But it's very effective. I like it. I think it's pretty high up there on my ships, on which one I would be interested in. So this one, I kind of have to go to a little bit of a story about, and it has to do with this. So I had Dracul and DHR Mike in here, and this is DHR Mike's ship. He made a little block version of the blue ship. And so then he ended up taking it and he started modding it for the fighter competition because I was in here doing that, and so he did. As you see, it has two scatter cannons. It has one of the reloadable rocket launchers, and he hadn't replaced the fighter cockpit yet. That's the thing, it's not encased. I mean, it's pushed down a bit, so your side to side isn't all that great. But I think this looks amazing. I really like this. So I was looking at it, and I realized if it didn't have all that shit on the front, it would actually make a pretty good fighter. Which I can show you real quick. Oh, by the way, he put small suspension and tires on there, and was bouncing it up and down, which is why there's dents. And it was actually kind of funny. Like, he would just thrust down, it would bounce and bounce and bounce. So, just a quick look at Mini Blue here, without a front section. So as you see, you cut all that off, and it actually makes a pretty decent fighter design. Now, I had to make a modification. He had broken off the gyro on the other one, so I put two on the back, you see there at the tail. But because of the large thrusters, as directional thrusters, this thing actually flies pretty freaking well. It corners tightly. It just, yeah, and if you look at its mass, it's 31,000 kilograms. So I used this as a reference to build the fighter sitting next to it. This guy right here. Now this ship overall has the best performance. It's not the fastest accelerating, but because of all the large thrusters, it actually corners really, really well. The scatter cannons are mounted wide, but not too wide, and they scatter, so that helps. And I have one reloadable rocket launcher. So, but with 2 industrial thrusters and 2 large thrusters, it still accelerates well. What's this? Ah, this is the mini blue without the nose. Basically, I copied it, and that's what I turned this one sitting next to me into. But I wanted to be more original. So this was me literally taking that blue one you saw over there and shaping it. But I didn't want it to be the mini blue ship. I just like the general layout, so I ended up starting from scratch. That's how I got this. Though, to tell you the truth, looking at it, I think this is interesting looking. I still think this looks best. I kind of like the big blocky parts, but this is heavier, I think. Yeah, 32,000 kilograms. 29, so this is about 3,000 kilograms lighter. And, I mean, this just has a vanilla, regular rocket tube with the 2 Gatling lasers. Now, internally, this is set up pretty much the same, but I have it set up so that, it can fire the rocket, the reloadable rocket. Now, that's where it's a little shady. Or, not shady, but a little, nobody knows if you can use the reloadable rocket launcher. He says something, Aaron says something about rocket pods, but not rocket launchers. And so no one's quite sure what you can or can't use there. It's a bit of a gray area on that. And I'd be kind of upset if you can't use reloadable rocket launchers because they have an advantage and disadvantage. You fire the 4 and then they have to reload. So as far as weapons go, I think they did alright. I think limiting the guns to 3 was, or the weapons to 3 was a little underdone. A little underwhelming. I'd say at least 4. So you could go with a 4 cannon setup if you wanted, which I think is very effective. I've done before. Let me park in here. In fact, the original Valkyrie design had the 4 cannon setup. And like I said, also I think the armored thrusters. The reason for the armored thrusters is they are the most subscribed to mod out there. And they look like they should be part of the vanilla game. I'd say even more so than the fighter cockpit that they did accept into the game. Dracula and I were talking about that, and I completely agree. That was actually him saying that originally. And, yeah. But I still like the fighter cockpit myself. I think it's pretty sweet. And I didn't like it after I started using the azimuth cockpit. But this one has features that I do like. I do like how it looks on the inside. I feel like I'm very snug in there, very safe, and it's got a great view. Look at that. The azimuth does as well, but I don't know, it's just different, I guess. The only thing I don't like about this anymore is the fact that there's this here. It's 1 block too tall. If they took that off, I would be ecstatic. It's a very big cockpit. So yeah, that's what I've been working on in here. I don't know. If you guys want, comment down below. Tell me which one you think is your favorite. I know a lot of them don't have names, and I'm sorry. Which reminds me, I gotta look again. The Starhawk. Starhawk. Hawk. Damn thing. So Starhawk, Starspire. Now, I renamed this one the Black Widow, this Valkyrie, because of the way the back is. And then this is the Morning Star. I guess this is my version of the Little Blue. And then the ship that looks like a Y-Wing, and the one that looks like a tinier Y-Wing. So, if you guys have any suggestions or any ideas, please comment down below and let me know which one you like or dislike or any comments on it whatsoever. I don't care. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video and you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. And if you liked it, hit the like button. And I'll see you guys next time.